Dead End Hip Hop album review. Billy Woods, Ethiopes. Before we get into the review, look, I just want to say shout out to everybody copping the merch, man. Continue to cop the merch. Hit us up when you cop it, so that way we can repost you and post you on social media. But again, we appreciate everybody copping the merch.
We should have another sale going on by the time it's released. 21st, I believe.
21st?
It's 20% off of everything.
20% off on the 21st, man. Billy Woods, Ethiopes. This album was like really heavy, but it was really good. Okay. Like this one was really good. I don't remember the last Billy Woods one we did, bro. I don't remember, like, because it was some years ago.
It was a while ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
It's like 2017, 18?
I thought it was 19.
I'm sick of you today.
I don't know, man.
I'm sick of you today.
Modest PD over here.
You know what I'm saying? Modest corrections today.
It's been a while, and then DE365 happened in between that. That was a lot of damn albums, so I don't remember a lot of music. Okay, I listened to a lot. This one was really good. And the way it started off with Asylum, I was like, oh, okay, we here for something. The weird guitar riffs and stuff like that. I was like, okay, he's setting the mood for something very eerie, very dark. When I look at the album cover and the way that this sounds, like how he's talking to black people and about things that happen to us. Even with the second song, like No Hard Feelings, like how many times have we been stood up? I know I've been stood up.
That's just rough. That's a rough thing, man. I never had that.
Oh, so you bat 1,000?
I've never been stood up. I'm not saying I'm a Mac or nothing like that. I'm just saying I've never been stood up. That would piss me off.
Then it gets to Savage with Bolden. That's how I say it.
Ask Rod.
He said that's right.
It looks like Savage.
It looked like Savage, yes.
Right? Obviously, probably just a play on Savage. I'm assuming.
Okay.
Man, that shit was hard. The way Boldy came in on that. And who's that other dude? Gabe
Nandez.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with him.
Yeah,
he's dope too.
Yeah.
He was dope. But Boldy was nasty. He did some soul searching. All I came up with was a police report for a missing person.
Yeah, man. And I don't know if because he was on this album, he came with some shit on.
He was really spitting.
Yeah.
Nah, Boldy be spitting.
I know.
Boldy be spitting. It wasn't just his album.
Yeah.
The joint NY Next. I'm gonna do like can't call.
It's elusive.
I know, right?
It's not Euclid.
I haven't said that since I've been correct.
But you're gonna be, it's gonna live the rest of your life.
Quelle Chris did his thing, man.
Yeah, he said sidestepping like it's hammer time.
Yeah.
I was just like, ooh.
Each MC like did their own interpretation of the hook. That was fucking crazy. That was super crazy.
Was it on this song where he said, "I'll take the hammer and check your reflexes"?
That was either him or Denmark Vesey. I can't
Hit your
remember.
knee and check your reflexes.
Check your reflexes. Yeah.
I was like, damn, that's
oversized.
It was on that song too.
So Despot probably said that.
The Speak Poetry on Harlem. That was really dope. Like this album, man. Look, I listened to it a couple of times.
That one probably was the only one that was a bit jarring for me.
When the beat switched over or whatever.
Yeah,
it was weird. Fat Boy Sharif started rap. It was dope though.
Yeah, but nah, it was still dope though.
Nah, that shit was hard.
Just in that little thing Buddy was talking about, he had hella notes. I was like it's gonna take a lot of listens to really break down how dense this is, at least for me. And I listened to this like 4 or 5 times, and I feel like there's still stuff that's like, a little deeper. And I'm like, okay, I'm not getting this. Like I have to sit with it even longer. You know what I'm saying? But nah.
I mean, we really had to listen to this thing way more than we probably have in order to really break it down. It's super dope, man. I just starting off with like Asylum, like who thinks to come from a perspective of somebody going into Asylum, like, you know what I'm saying, or a person of importance, and you living like next door to him and shit. You know what I'm saying, like telling that story. Like when I heard that and then some of the other stuff on him, I'm like, I really feel like he missing his calling to be like a screenwriter or something, like to write movies, or because his words are so vivid. When he says stuff, when you catch it, it's like, damn, that could be a fucking movie. That could be a short film or whatever.
Just
like
some of his verses.
Yeah, some of his verses. But no, I really thought Asylum was dope. It was very vivid. I could definitely see he was painting the picture of somebody moving in, and then him listening, sitting in his bed listening, and parents downstairs arguing. It's just like I could see the whole fucking shit.
It says that shit about there's so many skeletons in the ground, when the ground falls apart or something like that, he just fades into the crowd.
Yeah.
You're right. Like when he says that, I immediately see it, and it's such a really dope metaphor, but it's really, really, really vivid.
The next song, No Hard Feelings, I know it's about, being stood up, but like when he says astronaut or whatever, taking off from the steps or whatever, I was just like, I could see that. And the beat sounds like that. Somebody taking off. Because at first I was like, why do I feel like he's moving into outer space? And it just he connected that to make me feel that way.
Yeah.
I think what hit me immediately, because I listen to a lot of jazz outside of hip hop. I think that was like a saxophone that came in on that song, and I was just like, oh my god, that shit sound like, because the saxophone went along with the hook. And I was just like, woo, that's fucking crazy. So you, like you said, you already knew, oh, this shit about to be fucking crazy.
Oh yeah, it was definitely moments where he had like a lot of little jazz.
Oh,
he insert little jazz nuggets in there. Sound. I was like, oh,
I'm here for that.
Heavy water, man. Breeze fucking Brewing and LP back again. That shit, how they all traded 2 verses each or whatever throughout that whole joint, man. And it was great to hear Breeze Brewing and LP rhyming again, because shit, I heard them together since Fire Which You Burn Slow.
The only thing about that song in particular was I couldn't really hear the vocals like that. I feel like the mixing was a little off for me. Yeah, we're mostly LP. I feel like his vocals were kind of under the beat a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't get that either.
Yeah,
you didn't get that at all? Yeah,
I think they all sounded perfect.
He was a little under the beat. To me, so some stuff I couldn't make out when he was rhyming.
No, did you catch the Cannibal Ox reference? Bet you didn't. It's a reference to the opening track off Cold Vein. He says something like stage plot was 108 mics and a centrifuge. That's clearly a reference to Strive, Live Live, Fuck 5, 108 mics.
Yeah.
I bring this up once a year. People need to recognize that Breeze Brewing has one of the best flows in hip hop, period.
Period.
I'm gonna keep telling y'all this motherfucking shit until you start getting it. And then when I saw that Breeze and L were on a fucking Billy Woods track, I was like, oh my God, here we go. And then when Billy Woods opened it up with that fucking Cannibal Ox reference, I was like, oh, this is about to be nasty. I love how Billy Woods started it. Then he let Breeze go. Then he let L go. Then he let Breeze come back. Then he let L
Breeze started it.
I'm almost positive the first verse was Billy Woods.
Breeze Brewing started, time to be bold, screaming in the demons. Yeah.
So when did Billy Woods start rapping? Was it his second verse?
Yeah, multiverse, Benzino, roll back on the black.
Okay.
Yeah.
Either way, I thought hearing those two rap together
fucking
again
wonderful.
As much as I love Run the Jewels, I love that old school fucking company flow era. Fucking
Fire Which You Burn Slow. Like, that was the last time we
haven't heard them together. No.
Yeah, that was the last time we heard them together. So and like
that was cool.
Seeing that was like, damn.
Yeah, he made the Indelibles reference. Indelibles is the crew. Fuckers you. I was like, oh shit.
I heard that.
I heard this motherfucking talk about Indelibles and fucking forever
since fucking Lyricism loud sound bomb and shit.
It was the dudes and company flow. It was Breeze Brewing,
J Treads.
And I believe Masai Bay was a part of that too. I can't remember. It was like a whole crew back then. Before Weatherman started, that was like the first crew that L was running with.
It was a good hit. Despot on Beside, man. I hadn't heard him in a long time.
He was dope. Man, bro, he had so many fucking lines, man.
Despot, his delivery is like so dope. I've always thought that. Remorseless, thought was dope.
Yes, sir.
And I thought it was dope because like he challenged me a little bit on that, because I am concerned with generational wealth. So when he said that, I was just like, damn. And he was like, he said, I'm not concerned with generational wealth because it's cursed. Basically, see what life is worth or whatever. Do it on your own. And then I like how he says shit after his verse. He might just say something or whatever. And I was just like, it got me thinking like, I guess so, And I guess myself, I always like the struggle, but I want generational wealth for my family, I guess. I've never really been concerned with it, I guess, personally, but it's like I'm concerned with it when it comes to my children.
You just want to make sure they set.
I want to make sure they're set. I didn't really care about it, so I guess I'm with them to a certain extent on that. When I heard that, it was very challenging. It made me think. So that's another thing I like about Billy Woods. He says stuff to make you think about shit.
Do you think he was speaking literally? I
don't know.
Because the line either before or after that was the accountant line, which was to me was like the hardest line on there, where he said, my accountant is a head full of bad memories and sad endings. It's all payment pending. And I can't remember if that was before or after the line you're talking about. I think it was right after.
It was before the line.
Was it before it? Okay, so I wasn't sure if he was speaking literally on that one or not.
It sounded like I didn't know if he was either until he said it was outside of the verse. You know how he sometimes he'll speak after the verse, see what it's worth. Like it's like see what it's worth. Like don't have shit handed to you with a silver spoon in your mouth. So I can see him being like that. I can see him not wanting a silver spoon in his mouth and having wealth. Want to get it on his own, experience life. That's how I took it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I thought it was literal. And if it is literal, I think it's dope. You know what I'm saying? I just have different perspectives when it comes to that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I love when he does that type of shit. He's just like
problemas if you don't get it.
And
to
he's
the
like,
plug.
and he's like, trust me. Or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like I like when he does shit like that.
Well, Rob, I definitely think it was literal because most people by the time, like when businesses and real estate and things like that get passed down, by the second or third generation is gone. He said, anything you want to get on this cursed earth, you might as well get yourself. You know, and I think there is a lot of power to that.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm totally with that.
So
I'm totally with that.
That is challenging. I definitely think he did challenge that. So that's dope.
Since nobody's talking, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about Wharves. That was one of my favorite jams on here.
I want to talk about. Yes.
When you were talking about how the beat made you feel like you were up in space, that one in particular makes you really feel like you're on the water.
Yes.
The whole idea of colonizers going around and something about
You said it a few times.
touring, cannibal tours. Then the thing about shot out like God's semen. I was like, wow.
Fuck the world.
Wow, yeah. Fuck the world.
so-
Tupac screaming. It's like, Jesus Christ, this fucking guy, man. Again, with the vivid lines,
That's
but
why
he
I say
still puts it so
movies,
poetic.
Like, now, of course, that shit we had to be deciphered, you know what I'm saying, in order to make the film, but
Maybe not.
may not though. Somebody be able to take that shit and really create a movie. Because I think we talked about this on the live albums that could be movies or something like that. Then we say, did somebody bring it up on the live as a question?
I remember that.
Oh,
And
maybe.
I was
I
just
don't
like,
know.
damn,
'Cause I remember I mentioned-
Billy Woods, man. Even Hiding Places, this, like, yeah, man. This dude paints vivid pictures.
Is that the song you also said they brought the virus with them?
Yeah, that's what the line was. Shipwreck Europeans coming with the virus or something like that. Shout out like God's semen. When I first heard the song, I thought he was comparing the colonizers to cannibals. And then after listening to it, I think he's saying like they probably thought that they were like about to encounter cannibals. So it was like cannibal tours. Like they were showing up, finding the savages and expecting them to be, you know, cannibals and whatever. But no one brought up Christine yet with Myke Ladd. So just as excited as I was to see Breeze Brewing and LP, I was like, dang, he got Myke Ladd on this shit too? I've been a huge fan of Myke Ladd for years, but he sounded fucking great. So I was really, really, really happy to see him on there. Break the bank like Musa. I was like, oh, wow. Wow. We getting Masa Musa fucking references in hip. Like, that's crazy. Y'all have said most of it already, man. Doldrums was another one that was just fucking incredible. It was
Shout
really
out to
mellow.
Preservation with the production on this whole album, man. Jesus Christ.
Nice to see them like doing something completely together. I mean, I'm sure you probably heard it by now, but he did that shit with Ka. I mean, his production is fucking incredible. It's different from everybody else's because he really paints shit like a movie score.
Yes, he does.
So it works perfectly for artists like Billy Woods and Ka.
Yeah.
It just works out great. But yeah, man, this is an incredible fucking album. I mean, we've already talked about everything here, but yeah, I just wanted to get that in there. It's easily one of Wood's best, in my opinion. He sounds really, really, really coherent. He sounds extremely focused. It is very dense, though. I mean, I've been listening to this for a while, and I've barely broken the surface, I feel like. There's so many fucking lines on this album, but I'm so glad we're still getting albums like this. Like, this dude hasn't missed yet. Billy Woods, another guy that we haven't really brought up like that, but this dude is building out a very solid discography, you know?
Since I've been put up on him 10 years ago, I agree with you. This dude has not missed. And in his work with Arm & Hammer, like, this dude has been so consistent with damn albums, man.
I've listened to this over 10 times now. And yeah, it's still like a lot that to unpack. I was kind of leaning in the same direction, Myke, in terms of like placement in his discography when it comes to ranking, because it's just something about that partnership between Preservation and Billy Woods on here that just sounds so great. And with what Preservation is doing from the production standpoint, all of the different genres and elements that he's bringing in and putting in here makes it even that much more interesting for me to listen to with what he's doing with all the horns, the guitars, acid jazz type thing. It's just fucking phenomenal, like all of the sounds he's doing. One of my favorite lines on here is and one of my favorite songs is Ninettes. Mark Vesey had a line where he said, "Someone else's pain is another motherfucker's pension." And he was like, your daddy's rich, he stole those inventions.
That's hard.
That's hard. When he said that shit,
that's hard.
I was like, oh shit, he's absolutely right. Like, you can easily go to the surface level like cops. You know, they still get their pension. You know, or you can go through corporate America just in general. You can look at all of the stuff that America, all the inventions that they've stolen from other people and gotten profited off of. That song has so much in it. Quelle, Denmark, All the motherfuckers, man, added and brought something on it, man. But that shit was fucking crazy. This shit is fucking nuts. And then it was what was the other song? Savage. Yeah, Reg went through it in that one, bro. Reg went through it. Fell off his dirt bike, hit his head and shit like that. I was like, damn,
he's had a
Reg.
bad day.
I don't know if it was him that had to switch schools because he was messing with Annie, and then had to switch schools and leave. I'm like, damn, Reg. Go. I hope everything okay with you, brother.
Favorite tracks for me, give me Asylum, give me Savage, Heavy Water, and give me Versailles.
Asylum, No Hard Feelings, Heavy Water, Remorseless, and 9X.
Man, give me Heavy Water, Christine, Savage, NYNEX,
Versailles.
9X or NYNEX. Versailles. That's why I killed that shit. Harlem. That beat on Heavy Water is nice. Give me that one. I go with the Doldrums.
Yeah, that's a good song.
So I'm gonna go Wharves, Sauvage, 9X or NYNEX, Heavy Water. Fuck, and I guess I gotta go Versailles.
Billy Woods, if you're watching, dope ass album. My listens have not penetrated this at all, so I have to listen even more, but that's dope. Like Myke said earlier in the review, I'm glad that we still get albums like this, and this is really dope. Really good album, very well put together. Good job. Good job.
Billy Woods, if you're watching, please come on the show, bro. We got questions. I got questions. Like, what is a multiverse Benzino? I got questions. Nah, this is a dope album, bro. Still unpacking it myself. Definitely need way more listeners to be able to unpack this thing. And probably even at that point, we still wouldn't be able to, which is again why I'm just begging at this point for, to have a conversation with you. Once upon a time, I wouldn't appreciate it as much. And I'm just glad that my musical palette has grown over the years, and that's thanks to these guys on the stage, specifically Myke, because he's been listening to this type of music for a very long time. I'm definitely appreciative of the people that I'm around that can strengthen my musical palette, and just growing up, just having more life experiences can appreciate this too, because once upon a time I just would bump in the whip like Feefo, you know what I'm saying? Just listen to stuff that's surface level. But it is fun trying to unpack an album like this and hear the lines, hear the artistry. It's just super dope, man. It's a dope listening experience. You know what I'm saying? You don't always have to just bob your head to music all the time. Sometimes you can just sit and just enjoy it and enjoy the artistry of a artist, and you're definitely that, man. So if you ever can make it on the show, man, I would definitely love to sit down with you, talk to you, and just try to pick at your brain a little bit. I promise I'll blur your face, cut out your eyes, whatever you want me to do, man. Like, we just need you on the show. But appreciate the album, bro.
Yes, Billy Woods, if you're watching, great job with this wonderful art. Again, thank you. Just solidifies you more as one of the best writers that we have in this culture, and I think your name should be mentioned a lot more. Myke C. Town, again, thanks for putting me up on this dude. This dude is amazing. You have not missed yet for all the projects I listened to going back to 2012. So keep up the great job. Perseverance, you man, Jesus Christ with them beats. Preservation, yeah. Stuff you've been doing over the last 5-6 years has been amazing. So I'm glad that y'all tapped in and did an entire album together. And the soundscapes you provided this man Billy Woods is amazing. So I'm always looking out for what you're doing next. So keep up the great work, both of y'all.
Billy Woods, man, another dope add to the discography, man. This shit is fucking crazy, and we always know what you're gonna do, and you and Preservation was fucking nasty on this shit, fucking crazy ass fucking beats on here for real. But yeah, man, keep up the dope work, man. I always enjoy everything you put out. You be making me look up shit.
Preservation, you really gave Billy Woods some incredible production. I've been a fan since Dr. Yen Lo. That's when I first got put on to what you were doing. And I think that the soundscapes that you create are seriously just incredible. We're talking about Woods' vivid imagery. You absolutely enhanced that. You gave beats that really fit the tone of the song that Billy was writing. And it's incredible. Billy Woods, you already know, every time an album comes out, somebody says this is your best work. So I'm just gonna stay true to what we do. This is some of your best work. Absolutely some of your best writing, some of your best rapping. And it's just so interesting and enjoyable to see your popularity rise this quote unquote late in your career, because you've been doing this shit for a long fucking time and you haven't strayed. I'm just happy that I'm here to see it. Can't wait to see what's next. I know there's an Arm & Hammer joint coming out this year as well. A tour that I will definitely be at. So I'm excited for all of these things happening, man. But in reference to the album, amazing job.